Greetings Tubiverse, I am one noob, and in this Top War video, we're going to walk through one of the best recurring free events in Top War. That's right, it's Flippy Cards time! Alright, I love when this event comes around, and if you've been doing a great job of protecting your gems from silly purchases, you'll love this event too. Now, if you don't know how to get yourself at least 5,000 free gems a week in game, please hop over to my channel and watch my Foundations video that covers how to maximize your gems in game daily. I'll link that at the end of this video just to kind of help you out. Probably put my merch store in there too because, you know, merch is good. When Flippy Cards comes around, it's happy dance time, especially for free-to-play players. We need tons of these orange universal skill shards, not only to level up our heroes, but also to get our perks maxed out on our heroes. Flippy Cards feels, well, a little something like this. Now, Flippy Cards has a couple of elements to it that you want to think about while playing. Overall, the idea is pretty simple at face value. It's cheaper to flip all the cards in a deck instead of one card at a time. This is the best way to play the game when you decide to flip over cards in a set. Now, please, do not be that player that just turns over one at a time hoping to get lucky on specific items. We're not playing some weird memory match game here. It's just not what we're doing. It's going to waste gems. It's going to be annoying for both of us, and you'll get nothing additional out of it. You get 5 free refreshes a day where you can exchange your cards for a free new set. And there are 3 sets of cards that you can elect to turn over or pass up. Not all decks are created equal, so please don't just go blindly smushing the buttons here. You're going to regret that later. So let's talk about these 3 right now. Number 1, the first is the Rising Star deck. This deck is blue with a little star on each card. Choosing to flip this deck, the whole deck again, will get you 2 orange shards and 210 Flippy tokens. I'm going to cover more on Flippy tokens here in a minute, but we'll get there. Rising Star decks are great for free-to-play players. This deck is always smush-worthy. Next up, we have the Challenger deck. Sounds great, right? Yeah. This deck is best for pay players, if anybody. Now listen, if you're not a pay player, please skip this deck. I know that you need the class item chests, and they try to lure you in with these on this deck type. The truth is there are far cheaper ways to get these for gems or free in the game, okay? It's just not really worth it to me. If you choose this deck, you'll spend 800, 900 gems. For 1 class item chest, 2 12-hour class talent speed-ups, and 210 Flippy tokens. Now, I know you think you need the speed-ups, but if you're a free-to-play player, you do not need them. Research in your talent research tree costs a huge amount of blue class items chests, and you'll start running low on these before you know it. So there's no need to run as fast as you can into that brick wall, because it is a pretty big brick wall. In fact, if you're a pay player, I still recommend using your free refreshes to move past these because the payout is, well, just kind of, it's meh. Finally, we have the Champion deck. Ooh, number 3. When you see that sexy orange deck with a crown on it, you should be doing a happy dance, okay? You should be. Now, so go ahead and give it a try. I know people told you you're supposed to be cool. I understand this, but listen, you got 2 options in life. Option number 1, you can be a nerd and have fun. That's the option I pick because you only live once. Option 2, be cool. I don't see cool people having fun. They're just like, hey, I'm cool. Yeah, don't do it. Do the happy dance. Even if it's just by yourself, it's more fun to do it in front of other people to freak them out, but you'll thank me later. Have fun in life. You only get to live once. The Champion deck gives you 6 orange shards and 630 Flippy tokens. How nice is that? It's wonderful. These are the best ones to land, and overall, regardless of being a pay or free player, skipping over the Challenger decks with your free refreshes to increase the chances of getting a Champion deck, to me is just the smartest thing to do in the end. Flippy tokens are another huge bonus in this event, and if you look over in the Flippy Card store, you'll see why. The rewards in the store reset every day, so take note of the daily limits for each of the different prizes you can get. Personally, I recommend clearing out the 600 token orange shard box every day, of course, if you can. You'll get another 4 orange shards every day here at minimum. Stay out of the 1,200 orange shard purchases unless you know you have too many Flippy tokens. Now, what this means is pre-plan, okay? There's nothing worse, I've done this before, than not pre-planning and using the 1,200 token thing to get orange shards, and the next day finding out the cheaper ones at 600 tokens you can't get. There's no one around to backhand you, and if there is, pay them and have them do that. Teach yourself a lesson. You're welcome. It is what it is. For pay players or for free players with tons of gems to burn, you'll likely claim the limit on orange shards in both the 600 and 1,200 token options often, and that's a nice little pile of these beautiful orange shards that you can get for yourself. The last thing you should consider and pay close attention to is the Flippy ranking. Ideally, saving up all those gems for spending in this event could land you in the top 10 in the event, and that should be your goal if conditions are right on your server. Watch how the top 10 are playing and keep yourself in the middle of the pack at a minimum if you want to go for it and if it makes sense. Please don't get yourself in a rush here. The rewards aren't really worth a whole bunch of burn in terms of the award listing, okay? Go slow and stick in the middle of the pack if you want to do it. If you start a race, you're going to end up burning a lot of gems that you really didn't actually need to spend. Placing in the top 10 will get you the celebratory firework decor, which is okay over time as you build it up. The level 1 will give you a boost on your attack of 2%. Over time, again, it's worth more. What I like better is the additional universal exclusive skill shards and orange shards. That's the nice thing, and that's what I like personally, but it's just me. As you're watching your rank, be very careful on the last day of the event. Ranks can jump quickly, and if you aren't paying attention, you can be knocked out of the top 10. Every server is different in terms of how many points you'll need in order to place in the top 10. So, while I personally can't predict how many gems you're going to need to spend, what I can say as a solid general rule is that the older your server is, the more competitive and costly this event is in gem burn. It can reach a point where the gem cost just really isn't honestly worth it to get that top rank. So please don't get hyper competitive here. There are other great events worth your gems. One last thing in the event that I think is worth mentioning is how to use the refreshes after you use all the free ones. In a day, if you haven't had the champion deck yet, it's a good idea to use the gem refreshes through the 100 gem options. They just kind of keep going up. Okay, the costs go up in intervals, but at the 100 gems, the risk to reward is pretty good if you haven't landed a champion deck yet that day. Now, I know you'll hear this. Other players always play through the 100 gem refreshes, and I get the logic for this, but this is how I like to do it, okay? And I feel pretty good about the gem cost or rewards based on this method of using refreshes instead. That's all there is to this. This is not a hard one. I love this thing because it's incredibly simple, and the devs just decided to make it rain these pretty little orange universal exclusive skill shards here, so thank you for that. Please don't stop. We love Flippy cards. So that's it. Watch this game, this video like once, twice at the very most. I promise you'll have the strategy memorized, and you're welcome. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please take a moment to smush all the buttons to like, subscribe, and enable notifications so that you can continue to receive more content on Top War as I release it. Comments from you are super helpful in growing my channel, so don't hesitate to leave me a comment. Also, if you know anybody trying to learn how to get strong in Top War, please share my content with them. I could use the subscribers. So thank you for all your help and support, and until next time, Tubiverse.